Thanks to the support as a channel member, DC Maximo. Well, this wasn't part of the script. We were supposed to just get promoted easily this season, but now we've lost 3 league games in a row. I still don't really know what my best team or my best tactic is, but we can make it into the first round proper of the FA Cup for the first time in our history today. So let's do that to make us all feel a bit better. Hello and welcome to part 13 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have a league game against Darlington and an FA Cup 4th qualifying round tie away against Hereford, who are just below us in the league. Since you were last with me, things were going really well. We were just winning and winning and winning and winning and winning. Then all of a sudden, we weren't winning anymore. We lost against Bradford. We lost against Farsley. We got an FA Cup game, but then we lost again. We got absolutely thumped by Chester. That's 3 league defeats in a row. We did pick up the win against Bury as well in the FA Cup. But the league table, which had been looking beautiful, still isn't looking too bad, to be honest. We're only 3 points off Blythe Spartans at the top of the league. A couple of wins and we will reconfirm our spot at the top of the league. But we weren't supposed to have any dives like this season. It's all gone terribly wrong. There has been one new signing since the last episode as well. We finally have our left winger that we were looking for. Dan Nkrumah, I think is how I would say his name. I don't know if it's how he'd say his name. He's only played for us once so far. He did score in that game. Imagine scoring, but only getting a 6.8. That shows how absent he was for the rest of the match. But I'm not really... He's been here over a month, and I'm not really convinced he's the answer just yet. Although he is going to play today, because like I say, poor form. Did I mention the poor form? We've just got to win. Darlington are... Where are they? Darlington are 13th in the league. This is the day we come back to decent form. I've decided. So we've got Marshall in goal, a back four of Addo Antoine, Donnelly, Taylor and McKnight. Newboy and Nkrumah on the left with Roberts, who we're now going to try playing central midfield as a playmaker. We've not really used him here, but I mean, we've got to try something a little bit different. So we're going to get him in there, hopefully pulling some strings as our playmaker, with Hinchy and Quirk making up the rest of the midfield. And then Campton, Sturridge and Sewell will be up front. We have toyed around with the diamond a little bit. I know you'll have just seen on the schedule screen, we haven't started a match with the diamond, but we have been switching to it mid-match. And it doesn't really... I mean, it looked good in the last episode. It hasn't really looked good since. So I'm not convinced that that's going to be the answer. I think we just probably need a little bit of luck to go our way. It's one of those FM things where we've picked up a couple of defeats, so now we're in bad form and we've got to drag ourselves out of bad form. The new players still aren't fully bedded in yet, so dynamics is a little bit iffy. I think if we just get a little bit of luck go our way, which hopefully the FA Cup run will help with, we can turn ourselves around and get back to winning ways in the league again. Because until that game against Bradford Park Avenue, we'd seemed unstoppable. We'd won every game, we were beating everybody. And then that one defeat just seems to have knocked the stuffing out of us a little bit. And this could be 4 defeats in a row, which is, I mean, we never had form that bad last season. I don't think we ever had a run of 4 consecutive league defeats all last year. So I would like to not do it this year, please. But we are 1-0 down. And I am confused. I am very confused because this team should be so much better than the team we had last year. We've tried a long throw there that's gone nowhere near any of our players. And now Darlington have got a counter-attack on again. McKnight has made it all the way back. Good tracking back from him. But I look through this team player for player. It's so much better than the team we had last year. We shouldn't be having these kind of iffy spells. It can only be dynamics are to blame. We've taken a hit to morale, and this lot don't really know each other yet. They're not really familiar with the tactic yet. It's just a blip, a momentary blip. Hopefully it doesn't go on for too long, because these things can snowball in Football Manager. You start winning, you start losing 3 or 4 games in a row, and all of a sudden you've not won in 15 and you're on the verge of getting fired. And that's the kind of luck that we needed. A penalty that came from absolutely nothing. Our player wasn't facing the goal. There was no goal threat. They've brought him down, and hopefully he can convert, make it 1-1, and this can be our route back to some kind of form. Sewell does convert. It's his 9th goal of the season. He is tearing up the league the way I thought he would. And hopefully hopefully we can use that as a foundation to build on and go on and win this game and drag ourselves back into form. There's the ball forward looking for Campton Sturridge. It can't find him. It's back with the goalkeeper, and this is a strange highlight which suggests something weird is about to happen. I don't know which end of the pitch the weird thing is going to be, but it's just a strange nothing highlight. It's nothing weird. In fact, they've just played Saul through again, and this time it's a poor finish from him. A rare poor finish, sends the ball wide. I'm complaining about form. We're only 2 points off the top of the league here. Blythe are dropping points again. It's a very strange league. We talked about it in the pre-season episode. Because nobody got relegated into this league last year, there's not really going to be a big dominant team that's better than everybody else unless it becomes us. So we can probably afford to have these slightly iffy spells and get away with it. I mean, that was the opposite of good luck there. Sturridge had the shot that looked like it was absolutely going in, and it's just taken a deflection that's taken it around the goalkeeper and around the post. Not ideal. Right, and Krumer, convince me that you're the answer. On the left-hand side, cross comes in. It's a long cross. Finds Sturridge at the far post, and he can't keep his header down. It remains 1-1. We are banging on the door, though. Look at those match stats. We're on a 2.02 for XG already. I know we've had a penalty. I think a penalty only gives you about 0.8 XG. So we are due another goal here. We have been all over Darlington. We just need the breakthrough. If we can go in at half-time ahead, then I think we go on and win the game relatively comfortably. This is one of those things where you need to take the lead when you're controlling the game, and we have absolutely controlled this first half, and we are not winning. That's not good. Donnelly playing it all the way back to Marshall, who's just going to go for a little walk with it, apparently, and pick his spot. His spot, apparently, is Saul. It doesn't land on him, but it ends up with McKnight, who's come in field here, finds Nkrumah, and there's the ball through, looking for Sturridge, but can't find him. And it's back with Darlington again. Another aimless ball forward from them, which Donnelly can deal with comfortably. Hinchy bringing it down to midfield. Ball over the top for Saul. Can he grab the goal just before half-time? He does. It's perfectly timed. It's a lovely finish. It's 2-1 to Peterborough Sports as we hit the half-time whistle. And that's very handy. That's exactly what we need. It's a good ball from Hinchy over the top. And Saul brings it down nicely on his chest, takes another touch. And then this time, similar chance to the one that he messed up earlier in the half. This time, he gets it past the goalkeeper for his second of the afternoon. It's 2-1, and it's no less than we deserved. Look at those match stats. We should go on and grab a couple more here, send a little bit of a message that we are ready to reassume our position at the top of the league. But it's Darlington who are on the attack in this first highlight of the second half. Roberts, our playmaker, playing it forward to Nkrumah. And now he's got the chance to run at his fullback. He's been overlapped by Ado Antoine, and Roberts picking the ball up deep again, looking for that ball over the top for Saul. It's a lovely pass. That's why you play a deep-lying playmaker, boys and girls. It's a beautiful pass from Roberts, and Saul has his hat-trick, and he has been pretty dangerous for Darlington today. But this is a great pass from Roberts. You shouldn't be doing this in non-league. That's too good for this level. Their defender having an absolute nightmare, kind of ducking underneath it. But Saul is there to finish, and he's very good at doing that, at the old finishing. 3-1. Hopefully, we can't mess it up from here, although we're going to try, because it's an immediate reply and the good old-fashioned first goal of the season situation, although I think the referee is going to be disallowing it. So that's for the best. Oh, doorbell ringing, parcels turning up, all sorts is going on, just as goals are getting disallowed as well. Exciting times. For anyone who's wondering, always more wrestling figures to go with the ones behind me. I like a wrestling figure. Right, let's bring some fresh legs on here. Campton Sturridge hasn't had a very good game at all, so Onyeka can come on and get back into his role as target man. And Nkrumah, again, like I say, I'm not convinced by him. I prefer Ajuchi playing as the inverted winger over there, I think, which is what we've been doing. I wasn't keen on the idea of doing that when we first brought him in, but he's kind of taken possession of that role and is performing better than the left footer is out there at the moment. So I think we probably stick with him going forward. That's an aimless ball. I don't even know what we're trying to do there. Completely aimless. And Darlington trying to return it to us. This is the guy who had his goal disallowed before, so we know he can be dangerous. And has Taylor been sent off here? Well, I mean, we've got a glitch there with, I don't think he's called Rene Henriksen. I don't think he's been sent off twice, but Taylor has been sent off there. Right, Quirk can play centre-back, so this is relatively straightforward to fix. He says. I think we probably... I'm just wondering, do we? We could maybe put McKnight. No, we don't need to be too fancy. We're ahead. McKnight can just take care of that side of the pitch on his own, I think. We'll just leave him to be our entire right-hand side. I was thinking of whether we drop somebody back into midfield or whether we push McKnight forward to be a proper wing-back, but let's just let him be the right-hand side of the pitch. He's our best player. Let him show off and show that he can do the role of two men. Quirk with the ball forward over the top for Saul. Can he grab his fourth? He's decided to square it very generously, and it falls to Roberts, who has the shot from range, and he can't quite get it to dip back down underneath the crossbar. But I think we've expired enough time here to just about get away with going down to 10 men. Hinchy has got the ball and looking for someone on that right-hand side where there isn't really anybody. McKnight has made his way up there now, and Quirk once again hits it over the top looking for Saul, who can now play it back for McKnight. Onyeka's in the middle, and that is a very good header from Tyrese Onyeka. Goodness me, he headed that hard. He almost snapped the crossbar with that, and it's 4-1, and this is much more like it. Sometimes when you're in a bad run of form, all you need to do, turn the game off, go to bed, come back the next day, and as if by magic, that bad run of form you're on just disappears. And that seems to be what's happened here. We've not fiddled with anything. We've not really changed anything. We're still trying different combinations of players, but on the whole, we are just doing what we've been doing, and now it's working again, which is nice. And hopefully we should be back on top of the league in the very near future. That is a huge kick from Marshall, and Saul has got his fourth of the afternoon. He has had a fantastic match today. Are we going to get our first 10 out of 10 performance in non-league to legend this year? He was on a 9.1 before that goal. Surely adding his fourth gets him to a 10 out of 10. That is a massive, massive goal kick from Marshall. He picks up an assist, and Saul, does he move up to a 10 out of 10? We just need to check before the final whistle blows. He is a 10 out of 10. Beautiful stuff. We have our first perfect performance. We're going to ignore the fact he missed that sitter in the first half. He could have had 5, but we are back level on points at the top of the league with Blythe, and Saul is now the top scorer in the National League North, and looking like he's a bit special. 11 goals from 10 appearances. We know, I mean, he's good for a few years if we can keep him around. He's under contract for 2 years. That boy is going places, boys and girls. Right, talking of going places, we now want to go to the first round proper of the FA Cup for the first time ever in the history of Peterborough Sports. All we have to do to get there is navigate our way past Hereford. Let's go do that. Folks, just want to take a moment to thank today's episode sponsor, NordVPN. Now, I'm sure we'll all agree that at the moment in particular, there's just not enough football available to watch on the TV. And that, boys and girls, is where NordVPN can help you out. Because here in the UK, we have the ridiculous thing that is known as the 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon blackout, whereby we can't watch any football matches at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, despite the fact that everyone else in the rest of the world can. If only there was a way to make our devices think they were in the rest of the world, where they can watch the football at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, whilst still being in the UK. Well, NordVPN allows you to do exactly that. You just click where you want to be in the world, and with one click, we are connecting to that place. We are now connected to, where have I even just clicked? We're zooming in. We are now connected to Manassas in America, and my computer now thinks I'm there, so I can do everything I could if I really was there, like watching the football on a Saturday afternoon. And it's not just on your computer, you can use this on your phone, whether you're on iOS or Android, your tablet, even your Android TV supports NordVPN. And it's not just for football. You can use this for any of the content that you might want to consume. So if you're in America and want to watch UK Netflix, you can. If you're in Australia and want to watch French Disney Plus, you can. Do I have to give more examples? Basically, wherever you are, you can pretend to be wherever else you want to be and watch that thing. Not only does it mean you get access to the content in different countries, but it also means you can shop around for the best prices, because these services aren't always the same price in every country. Which of course means if you're in one of those countries where Football Manager is not available or is very expensive, you can just move your location to somewhere where it is available, cheaper, like the UK, buy it, sorted. There's also a lot of important grown-up applications for NordVPN as well. It keeps your data safe when you're out and about, wherever you're on the Wi-Fi on a train through your phone or in a cafe on your laptop, whatever it might be. It keeps your data safe and encrypted, so nobody with nefarious intentions can get hold of your stuff. With its new anti-malware features, NordVPN is now a powerful cybersecurity tool, which will also protect you from bandwidth throttling from your internet service provider. Because everything's encrypted, they can't see what you're doing, where you're doing it, or how much of it you're doing, so they can't slow down your streaming speed. And of course, I've got you a nice juicy discount as well to really sweeten the deal. Sign up to NordVPN using the link at the top of the description below. You'll get a massive discount on a 2-year plan, plus 4 months for free, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you try it and for whatever reason don't like it, spoilers, you will like it. But if for whatever reason after 30 days you decide you don't want it, you can just give it back, get your money back. It's a no-risk way to try out all that cool stuff I was just talking about. So once again, the link is at the top of the description below. NordVPN have been a long-time sponsor of mine, both here and over on Twitch. I massively appreciate their support, and I really appreciate you supporting me by supporting them. Link at the top of the description. Go check him out. Right, a few changes for the Hereford game then. Cisse is back from international duty, so he comes straight back in central midfield. I'm going to leave Nkrumah in for a game, but we're trying Ajuchi on the right, just because he's a natural right footer over there, and see if we can get some balance with 2 more attacking players this way. We've also got Johnson coming in at the back for the suspended Taylor, Onyeka coming in up front because he scored, and Green coming back in at left back, because I don't know who our best left back is out of Green or Ado Antoine, so they kind of rotate. Let's get into the game. Remember, this is a hugely important match for us. An opportunity to play in the first round of the FA Cup. Massive, not just for historical significance for the football club, but also because of the potential financial benefits that an FA Cup run can bring. We have no money. We would like some money. A good way to get some money is to get an FA Cup run going and get a draw away from home against a big club. And remember, big club is always in context. We go away from home to Peterborough United and play in front of 5,000 or 6,000 people rather than 500 or 600. That's a big gate for us. So we're not necessarily thinking in terms of 3rd round Premier League tie. If we could get a League One club away from home in the first round, that'd be amazing when it comes to throwing some money into the tin. But of course, first we do need to make it past Hereford, and they are in here. But Marshall is equal to them and makes the save. Marshall looking for another one of his enormous kicks. Look at the size of it. He can really welly a football. Goodness me, that is going to be a useful source of goals for us this season. And Nkrumah has got him behind him. If he can square it, Saul is there. Saul is there. And it's his 13th for the season, his 5th of this episode. He is having a lovely time, and now he's doing a little jig. I don't think I've ever seen a player do a little jig before. that might be my favourite thing I've ever seen happen in a Football Manager video. He just ran off and did a little dance, and it was beautiful. Can we see the dance? Please show us the dance. No. Oh, I enjoyed that more than the goal. But I would like another goal, maybe so we can see another jig. If that becomes his dance, his thing that he does when he scores, I'm going to be absolutely delighted. Ball over the top for Saul again. Do we get another jig? I mean, he's doing the Gaza dance this time. It's a different dance. He has got moves, that boy. Look at him go. Well, 2-0. Is this what we've become? We're just long ball merchants to the quick finisher that we've got now. Just hit the ball somewhere near their penalty area, and that guy does the rest. It's not pretty, but it's proving to be effective. Now we've finally stumbled upon it as our system. I mean, he's not been our regular starting striker all season. We've tried different combinations, but we've, over the last 3 or 4 games, settled on Saul, and he's going to pick up another hat-trick here because we've got another penalty, and Saul is our penalty taker anyway, but when he's on a hat-trick, of course he's going to take it. That's 7 goals he's scored in this episode. We haven't had a hero emerge in this manner since Manish. Manish ended up turning out all right, didn't it? Please don't kill our hero before the next episode. We need him. This one's on a 2-year contract and doesn't need a work permit. Surely we get to keep him around. Hereford have now gone to the diamond, which is our bogey system. So I think we just counter it. That's not the diamond. I've renamed that tactic, by the way. I forgot I'd done that. But we are going to switch to a diamond of our own because diamonds just terrify me. So whenever I see them, we're just going to counter them. That's our new thing. So we can play. Scott Smith can go there. And then Roberts can come on and play there. We'll bring Hinchy on in midfield and just switch immediately to that and just counter their system. I know we're 3-0 up. I know it's been working. Diamonds ruin the 4-4-2. I've learned that. That's why we always have one stored up and ready whenever we're exposed to one. Watch them get back into the game anyway. But Roberts is excellent in this attacking midfield position. We saw him playing a little bit deeper in the last match, but this is where he's at his absolute best. Tucked in behind the strikers, just playing through balls for them. We've got a couple of very tired centre-backs there. Why are we not allowed 5 substitutions? This is the FA Cup. I think once you get into the first round of the FA Cup, you're allowed 3 substitutions. Quirk is going to come on and play centre-back again, which is not ideal because he's not a centre-back. We've been playing him on right wing all season. Imagine if I've got that so wrong that he is actually a centre-back and we should never have been playing him on the wing. It'll be fine. We'll assume that that's okay. But we are in the first round of the FA Cup for the first time in the history of this football club. We need to see the draw. We need the draw immediately. Saul has been brilliant. I mean, what a performance he's had today. But when is the FA Cup? That's obviously going to be tomorrow's video. It's going to be the FA Cup first round. But let's find out who we're going to play. Let's hit continue. The draw must be soon. The draw takes place on the Sunday, doesn't it? Come on, give me the draw. Let me hit continue for the draw. Give me the draw. Gash is criticising. Oh, you criticise him, Gashy. You put him in his place. Reach the FA Cup proper. What a time to be alive. And can we have the draw? Roberts wants to start more games. You can start more games. You're great. You can start the next match. Oh God, I didn't actually tell him. Of course you can start the next match. You special boy. Surely, whatever. Can we just get the FA Cup draw, please? You're making the episode longer than it needs to be. Can we have the draw now? You know what? We're going to put a cut in. See, as soon as I said the word cut, there's the draw. Right. Draw. Oh, it's beautiful. Start the draw. It's Steve Bruce, everybody. Well, hello to you, Steve Bruce. Let's just rattle through this, shall we? I hate the fact you have to click twice. It's such a faff. But we want an away game against one of the bigger clubs. So a big League One club. Away to Peterborough would be perfect for us. But any big away game would be nice. I don't like the fact on the new style draw it doesn't tell you what division a team are in. It might not be as much of an issue now earlier on in the save when we kind of know. But when you're 20 years in, Eastleigh could be in the Championship. And you're like, oh, not Eastleigh. I mean, I guess you've got the logo there really tiny. But I ain't seeing that. I've got old man eyes. I can't. Is that League One or League Two? You have to hover over it. That's just silly. Right, Bolton. This would be fantastic. Bolton away. We'll have this one, please. Oh, stupid cobblers. Right, come on. Let's wait for the next big one then. Who could it be? Not Sutton United, that's for sure. Rotherham would have been a good one. Portsmouth would have been a good one. So all the good ones are going. Oh, Derby would have been amazing. We're at home. Well, if we're at home, we either want one of two things. We want Peterborough United. We might even be in the Championship. I don't even know if Posh are in the draw. Yeah, Posh aren't even in the draw. So we just want another non-league team. We want to get through to the second round. And it is Lincoln. I mean, it is. If we could, can we play it at their place? Because they get big attendances. We're obviously going to get knocked out. But it's kind of a local-ish derby. Peterborough Sports versus Lincoln City. Two traditional non-league teams. Hello, Lincoln fans. How are you doing? That will be on tomorrow's episode. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.